The pictures tell the story. This life had many shades. I'd wake up every morning, and before I'd start each day, I'd take a drag from last night's cigarette that smoldered in its tray. Down a little something, then be on my way.
Hey guys, David here with the Whiskey Rebellion. How's everyone doing? We're joined here by Billy Gino and the BBC.
Are you ready for some football?
So Jody's out tonight. He has to work. I'm going to be drinking gin, so I think he still got the better end of that deal. But what are you guys drinking tonight, first of all?
I'll
Gino,
jump
what you
in.
got?
Yeah, Gino, you jump in there.
It was a long debate, probably about 10, 15 minutes. And I decided to go with the Penelope.
Nice.
Their barrel strength. This is a store pick from McHenry Beverage Shop. And 115 proof. And I know everybody on the show has tried this. This is excellent juice. It's one of the favorites of mine. Every time I'm in that store, if they've got it, I pick it up. And I truly do enjoy this.
What's the MSRP on that?
I believe it's about $65.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
that's
not bad.
That's well within range for me. Okay.
No, it's very reasonable.
So really what you're saying is all of the availability, if they happen to have it.
If they've got it, I'm walking out with it.
I'm sure at that price point, it has legs on it all day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is the second round of store picks that they've gotten of this. Because it was back in the spring, they also had it as a store pick. So
all right. So let me ask you, Gino, before we get too deep, is that something that you would consider a daily drinker or maybe once or twice just because you don't want to go through it too fast?
I don't want to go through it too fast. It's too good to daily drink it. No.
Okay.
That's what's up. David said, I can tell already this will be the best show ever. Hell yeah, David.
What
Mark,
about you, Mark? What you drinking on?
All right, so I actually got two things. So this was my end of day, long fucking day. It's a bottle kill.
Ooh, the
Colonel. Right, I got about 3 or 4 more, so I'm good. But yeah, it's a bottle kill. And this was supposed to be for the show. I'm sipping both right now. Navigator.
Ooh.
Hadn't had this in a while. I picked this at a Bevmo. Bevmo is a Southwest Total Wine type store.
Didn't you give that kind of a lower?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Last time you had...
Not bad, but not great. Excuse me. It's okay if you sip every day. I think this would be a daily sipper for some.
Gotcha.
Every day, so
Very nice.
even though this is Bourbon Heritage Month, I still don't drink every day, so I'm not participating. Yeah. I don't think my kids
me either, honestly.
like that.
Okay, what about you, Dave? What you sipping on?
So I said I was going to do. Everybody knows right now, Queen of England died. I'm going to have some gin because this seems like a very British drink. I don't actually know if that's true or not, but that's I always associate gin with British people for whatever reason. They seem to like gin better than us anyway. This is that out of this Gobbler Springs distillery in Lawrenceburg. This is the place I told you about that they make their whiskey in like plastic barrels and they put staves in there to age in it. And it's
we can tell from the bottle.
I mean, they don't even make it in the bigger whatever. And I said, I'll try their gin. This is really cheap stuff. But their gin, goes out to a lot of like local restaurants and stuff like that because it's good for cocktails. And that's basically like how that distillery stays afloat, as I understand it. So their gin is probably their best offering, and that probably tells you a lot about their other offerings. But yeah, so in honor of the Queen, I'm gonna have some of this gin.
David, are you a big gin drinker? Do you like gin?
No. Okay. No, not at all, really. This is like maybe the second or third time in my whole life I've ever had just gin straight.
Okay.
But
I was going to say there's a local distill. Well, it's not really local. It's about an hour or so south of me that makes an excellent gin. I'm not a gin fan at all, but when I was down there this summer and was sampling some of their stuff, they make a bourbon, they make a straight, legal moonshine,
Mm-hmm.
and a few other different things. But their gin was outstanding. And I was
You
gonna say,
know,
if you were a gin drinker, I'd see about picking you up a bottle of that.
I can count on one hand the number of times I've had gin, and two of those times was when I was in culinary school taking mixology.
Yeah,
I
and a
am not a
martini
gin guy.
most time where I'm having it.
Yeah,
It's not awful. It's not. I mean, then honestly, the nose, because it's with the botanicals and it's floral and stuff like that. It's pretty pleasant on the nose. The taste itself isn't like it's not like overtly unpleasant or anything like that, but it doesn't necessarily do a lot for me either. I'll say that of it. David here says he's in Pittsburgh. I think one of you is too. I'm from Pittsburgh originally, but Rob is the one who lives in Pittsburgh. He's not on tonight. Do you ever discuss Weigel whiskey? I think he's brought it up a few times in the past.
I think so.
yeah.
I can't remember if I've had it when I was up there last or not.
Now,
No,
hey,
I was drinking the Liberty Pole.
And listen, I understand the Queen did pass away today. Um, I know it's kind of a sad news for the country and whatnot, and she had reigned for a pretty long time. Um, but I'm not gonna lie, I think I was more, I don't want to say upset, but more shocked by when Princess Diana passed. I don't know, something about Princess Diana. I felt like she was kind of a real cool chick. Like
Yeah.
she could sit down and shoot the shit with anybody on the planet.
well, we all wanted to touch her. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, but she seemed like she was very calm and down to earth. Like if she wasn't into that, I don't think her personality would change very much. She
Yeah.
just seemed like she was real cool like that, and she was a real humanitarian. So I always dig that about her. But yeah, I mean, I did see today that she did pass away,
Yeah.
and it was kind of
It's tragic. She was
Yeah.
young. She was very well liked. Like the paparazzi chasing her and that whole catastrophe that happened regarding that. It's really a shame Miles isn't here to speak to it, which I know he's not a big royalist or anything like that, which is apparently uncommon in Britain. That most of them, like, you better not talk bad about the royals. They get kind of bent out of shape about it. But he doesn't care so much either way. He doesn't necessarily hate him, from what I understand, but not really enthused either. But he could probably speak more to the history and things like that. Unfortunately, he's not here.
Now, come on,
But
quick,
go ahead.
no, real quick for me, sir. What was the name of the distillery when that bottle again? Yep.
This is Gobbler Springs, and it's out of
Oh.
Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. This is like some tiny, like you go down some country road, and it's like a barn, and it's actually really nice grounds, but it's like it is out literally in the middle of nowhere. Probably nobody knows that it's there.
It's just Gobbler Court. I'm sorry.
I get to tour it. The guy was super nice and all that stuff. Well, you thought it said something else, didn't you?
No, I like gobblers. Gobblers are good.
Yeah. So, and because
Mark's on one already.
yeah, right.
We're not even 20 minutes in.
I'm only sipping on some quality HCO tonight because early morning. Listen, our show's on Thursday, so I try not to get too deep into anything. But I would like to say shout out to a comedian who passed away very unexpectedly yesterday, who was really, really funny and this guy was a centimeter away from just hitting it big. David, real funny guy. He had a bunch of good stuff in the works, and it was crazy because yesterday I had kind of an early day, and I was sitting around watching his special on Netflix. It's not for the weak.
No.
And I was like, and it's because he talked about being married and having kids and all the stuff that he went through, coming up and growing pains and stuff like that. And at the end of the special, he showed his kids, his wife, like his parents. Like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know the guy personally, but it's like I watched his special yesterday. and he passed yesterday.
Yesterday.
Like,
That's crazy. What was his name again? Because the first time you said he kind of cut out on us.
David Arnold.
David Arnold.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I'll have to look it up.
It's not for the week. Yeah. So
really, no comedy is anymore. I mean, that's just how it is. You tell a comedian not to do something, and they're going to lean into it. That's kind of how it works.
He was really. I don't know. It's one of those comedians that literally he could get a laugh out of you every 20 to 25 seconds.
Yeah,
it wasn't one of. Yeah.
I actually met him a few years ago in LA. I somehow, it's kind of a long story, but I kind of have a Jace connection with a lot of comedians, and he was one I met. Go, nice guy, real down to earth, funny, funny, and he in some ways reminds me of Patrice O'Neal. If you've ever seen, I wish you guys had got the chance to see Patrice O'Neal, because every show he has women walk out. Every show he would have women walk out. Every single show. I miss him.
He said it like that.
So he would have a bunch of women would get pissed off and walk out, and they would go back with him, and he was too intelligent, like, just shut up. Yeah.
All right, guys. So football season just kicked off maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Regular season. The Rams and the Bills are playing, so I'm gonna keep watching that on the phone. But listen, football season is finally back. You know,
look, as soon as you said that, I had to open up my fantasy league. I was like, shit, hang on.
What are you guys drinking?
Make sure my lineup's right.
And if you have a favorite team, who are you pulling for this year? Listen, Marcus.
I'm actually obligated to pull for the Steelers. That's
okay.
kind of how it is. I'm gonna get disowned by my family.
I've always been a Steeler fan.
There you go.
Always will be.
So Rob would be too. So that's three. There's a heavy Steeler presence on his show.
And for me,
sports ball.
Jesus Christ! You know they say I got 5 screws, 3 of them missing, and 2 of them are loose as shit. As long as I could open my eyes, I've been a Dolphins fan. So you know, between Tua, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, hopefully we can. I'm not gonna make any claims to the Super Bowl, that's for sure. But I would like to at least see us deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, when you know this weekend we play the Patriots on Sunday, and I see myself sitting down with like some Blue Note and the Corona. I will, I will drink them on top of each other. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love the Steelers. I'm kind of not so infatuated with the professional game anymore. But I do follow the Steelers. I will watch them. Not as rabidly as what I have in the past. But I'm more into the college game. And to me, of course, I'm a WVU fan, always been. But I just watch for a good game. It's like tonight, I'm watching Prairie View and Jackson State.
Oh, listen, don't sleep on Jackson State.
No, sir. It's a good game, right? 7-7, brother. And
let me tell you this right now.
No. And we got David here in the chat, another Steelers fan.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this right now.
And change our background to black and gold.
Coach Prime is not to be played with, because let me tell you, had Florida State lost that game.
His boy's a pretty good quarterback.
Let me tell you, if Florida State would have lost that game, they were sitting in the office with their hand on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And if Florida State would have lost that game, they would have picked up the phone and called Deion Sanders and said, we don't care how much you want. We sending our jet to pick you up. Yep. That's all the conversation would have been. I promise you that. What he's done with that program over there is phenomenal. And it's an HBCU. So he's actually getting them TV time, the notoriety that they should have been had.
But what I would like to see him do, I mean, his son is an awesome quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that he didn't get more offers than what he did. He deserves to be at a bigger school just because of his talent level. But what I would like to see before I'm sold on primetime as a coach, can he do it with another quarterback? Can he replicate that with someone else besides his son.
Mhm.
If he does that, I'll be sold.
I think he definitely could do it. The thing with Prime is you have to be teachable.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take any crap off of anybody. And if anybody's ever seen some
You
of his
shouldn't have to.
clips of when he's in the locker room, he was yelling because kids were on their phone.
Yep.
And there was a trooper in the locker room working like a detail. And when he started yelling, it was so funny. Even the trooper put his phone up. He was like, "Why are you on the phone?
That was
What's
fun.
so important right now that you need to be on the phone? I want to know." Like he was upset, you know. But I think he could do it. But it needs to be somebody who is teachable, who's still moldable to a certain point. I'm not gonna say all, but listen, when these quarterbacks make it to these schools, listen, their attitude is already built in.
Oh,
You
prima
know?
donnas, man. You know it.
You know, they're like, listen, and I'll never forget it, but it was one of the most unique moments when Joe Burrow won a national championship. He's walking off the field, pointing to his finger.
Mhm.
So in his mind, I mean, not that he didn't know already, but listen, that dude walked into the NFL like he owned it. I'm sorry, you
Yeah, he
know
did.
that. And listen,
Kid's talented.
and what he did with the Bengals,
The
I mean,
Bungles?
come on. The Bungles.
Yeah.
Listen, that's nothing short of a miracle. He made that
think
team relevant.
I think last year was the first year in 30 some odd years they'd won a playoff game.
Yeah,
Something
something-
close to that.
Mhm.
but and I mean,
That's
listen,
crazy.
that boy got more clout than most politicians in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
He got more pull than a lot of them. So, what about you, David? What do you feel like you would drink if you're gonna watch a game?
I want to watch a game. Beer, honestly. I'll drink a beer. Something that I can, something that's not super heavy. Oh, bang!
What's that?
All right. Was that
Somebody's
dude from
famous.
someone from Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
With the bell.
I'm on my Mac. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm on my. I'm getting some work. So one of the ladies on my team is in California, and she's telling me she has to evacuate because of the fires. So because I'm on my Mac, the texts are coming. I apologize.
Oh god, no, it's okay.
It's all good. Now we know where it's at.
Angels
like,
are getting,
damn, is
angels
that
are getting
me?
their wings.
Am I doing that?
But no, yeah, I drink beer. Something that not like a slammable beer, but also probably not like any like fancy craft beer. It's kind of something in between.
Lawnmower beer.
Yeah, lawnmower beer. Stella, honestly, Stella.
Ooh.
That's kind of a go-to for me. A lot of times, if I'm out at a restaurant or bar or whatever, and I'm looking for a beer that's not going to be piss. Basically, I'm like, yeah, Stella. Almost everyone's got Stella.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, craft beers down here in Miami is big.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing nowadays down here.
Yeah.
It's
Tomorrow
huge. You can get
night,
pretty much
Friday
anywhere
night,
now.
I'll be going to a micropub. The wife and I, we usually go every Friday.
Okay.
It's I enjoy them every now and then. Not as a constant thing, but I do enjoy them. It's like, I don't think I could do Stella and most of the mass-produced beers in the United States anymore because there's no flavor. Normally, if that's available and if I've got, say, some Clamato juice or some tomato juice, yeah, I'll make a red eye or a Bloody Caesar and go with that because there's no flavor.
What's a Bloody
That's
Caesar?
with the Clamato juice.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the tomato juice, put Clamato juice. It's got a little lighter feel to it than the tomato juice. It's got a little saltier profile. I tend to enjoy that a little bit
I've
more.
never had one.
Okay.
And I like Bloody Marys, so.
What about
right up your alley, man?
What about you, Mark? If you're going to sit down and watch the Commanders, they still got to work on that. What are you going to drink on? What are you?
Is that what they're called now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They went from like Redskins to Washington football team to Commanders.
I think they should have just changed their logo. They could have kept the name Redskins. I mean,
Well,
and put a potato on the helmet. Redskin potatoes.
And listen,
Yeah,
really
They could have kept
truly,
everything, man.
I think that's a thing where it was an overcorrection.
Yeah, I'm probably not drinking because I'm a East Coast fan, so my games are coming on 10 o'clock in the morning here. So I'm usually not sipping anything too early. Not usually. Unless I pour a little something in my coffee.
When you're on Zoom call number 3.
Yeah. But yeah, usually I'm not. I'm usually not sipping too much when I watch the games, unless I'm in a group setting. Otherwise, I'm honestly just drinking water or something.
Yeah.
And nibbling.
And that whole thing with the name change, I think that was an overcorrection of people being a little oversensitive. I mean, let's face it. How long it was that team, the Redskins?
True.
So, I mean, I get why they did it in the whole nine. Want to be more correct in the whole nine, but with football, with football here, I mean, this is a game where your basic principle is the guy holding the ball. You need to take his head off and hand it to him. Why are we worried about the name of a team?
I get that to a point. Honestly, I think if they had maybe picked a better name and like rebranded better, like in 5 years, nobody would give a shit. But because they went with something that kind of sucks, in my opinion anyway, that like people are going to continue to hem and haw about this whole thing. And I'm not trying to get into it because it'll get political. But like, yeah, I don't know. It'll blow over in time. Things correct. I think ultimately, is it better? In the long run, sure. But let's focus on the football maybe instead.
Exactly. But my whole thing is this. Cowboy was a derogatory term back in the day, or cowboy.
It still is.
But you think anybody's going to convince? Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys, that's a derogatory term.
So,
absolutely.
So, Billy, here's the
you're supposed to add fan to this.
Same difference.
No, Gino's right. It's still offensive.
Man, you took me down the whole path with that one.
So the accompaniment of the name is the owner.
Right.
If there was a different owner, you probably wouldn't have heard the amount, the amount, nor the loudness or the noise affiliated with the negativity. His name is so tarnished, and he's refusing to sell a team.
Right.
I mean, they're having the third round of congressional hearings this week on him. But the thing is, you have 31 other owners that know if they kick him out for bad behavior, I could be next.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, we don't like him either. However, if they come after him, they can come after me.
Yeah. What's his name at the massage parlors? Like, what was it, last year or year before?
Bob Kraft.
Yeah. And the thing is, to own a football team in this country is basically royalty. They rarely come up for sale. And now if you can get a team, it's a group of people. And David, so the term cowboy, as what they used to refer to as black farmsmen or cowsmen or cowhands. Mm-hmm. So instead of it being cowboy, you would call it a cowhand. But because they had slaves, they used to, the term boy. So instead of cowhand, they would call cowboys.
Interesting. Did not know that.
I mean, but listen.
The more you know. Huh?
Yeah, it's the more you know, but it's just, again, we're gonna get off that. But
sure.
I mean, come on, stop being so sensitive. Not everything is required you to be so. You hurt my feelings.
Yeah, David. Also, there was was it the USFL or one of those old almost pro teams with Generals or something as well? So
New Jersey Generals.
That's what it was. There's also
I remember that because Herschel Walker ran for them for a couple of years.
Yeah, so even more so than the playful Globetrotter team, you had another football team that owned up. Yeah. They already owned the.
If you guys can see David's comment, talking about he liked generals over commanders because that was Washington's rank. And so that does make a bit of sense. But says generals is the name of the villain team always played Harlem Globetrotters.
So they own the website.
So there's a branding question there in the association.
Well,
trademarks are probably involved in that too.
I still want to know how Tennessee came up with Titans. Like they had to have done research.
Yeah,
had to think about like who else was called a Titan that was started in Tennessee.
Right. I'm big.
No, I'm talking about the clan. That's a rank in the clan.
Titan. I was trying to be nice, David, but let's go.
I just said it. Like I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but I'm like,
Gino's like,
speaking of like poorly named teams. I'm like, you really went with that, but like I think everyone's over it. Like nobody cares. So.
Yeah. So what else is going on, guys? What's up for the weekend? What you guys got planned? What sort of drinking's on the game plan, if not watching some football?
Drinking is on the plan.
Domestic.
Yeah. I'm having a few folks over this Saturday. Hopefully, if that doesn't fall through, so we'll be hanging out, and I'll be opening up my collection to be perused. You're always invited, man.
Did you get invited?
I ain't get it. It must be lost in the mail.
Hey, open invitation. Show up. I got plenty of booze. Welcome. Show on up, man. I'll feed you.
So, David, because you didn't give Gino an invite, you're safe.
Yeah.
Still an opportunity for this to be our last show.
I saw what you did there.
So what you're saying is
nobody's safe on this show. That's what you're saying.
I feel just as segregated as the rest of you guys.
Like, get out the sequel.
Oh man.
I don't know what I'm going to get into this weekend. I know it'll be football involved.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on my smoker. I threw some stuff out at Billy earlier, but I don't think I can do it this weekend because I don't have the orange marmalade. I was going to do some chicken breasts on the smoker, then put them in some orange marmalade with a few other things and try to make my version of orange chicken. But right now, I don't have the orange marmalade. I'm not going to go out and hunt for the orange marmalade. So I don't know what's going to go on the smoker. I've got a brisket in the fridge. I've got a tri-tip. I got some ribs. I've got some sirloins. I don't know what. Something's going to hit the smoker this weekend.
Damn it, Gino.
I tell you what,
Gino. Deliver food to your house?
What's that?
Amazon. You could just order it.
No, actually, I'm very fortunate in this little BFE town that I live in, or I don't even live in it. We've got our own butcher shop.
Oh.
So it's all local product, and
nice.
I tell him what I want if he doesn't have it available right there in his shop, and within 2 days I've got it. It's like you guys saw the last weekend with the chuck roast. I mean, that thing was at least 2 inches thick at the smallest point.
It looked fantastic.
And
but no, I was talking about the marmalade though, not the meat.
Marmalade. Yeah, I'm not going to the grocery store just to find that. No.
Well, yeah, I was saying you could order it.
Well, Gino, I will tell you this. If you are going to put something in the smoke, and I know you had sent me a message about it. If you're going to try to get into cigars, just like with bourbon, start out with something light, like a nice light Connecticut. Because the thing with cigars is this: it's one of those things where you have to have the time for it.
Yes.
So if I'm on one of my road trips, kind of a celebration type of deal of a successful delivery and whatnot, I sometimes have a cigar on the way back. So because I am driving, I still like to keep my wits about me. I will have something on the lighter side, a Connecticut, or what they call a short story, which only takes 10 or 15 minutes. But if you're going to have a regular, cigar, regular size cigar, don't start out with a massive ring size because you don't know how it's going to affect you, what it's going to do to your palate. So, CAO makes a great Connecticut. Who else?
I'll see you.
Oliva makes a really nice Connecticut.
Ash,
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut's like a style of cigar.
A Connecticut is very light in flavor and it's very light in color. So if you see a really dark cigar, most of the time that's a Maduro or a Robusto.
Stay away from that.
Because the thing with that is, unfortunately, and my wife will never let me forget it. I took my wife to the cigar shop, and I gave her Padron number 9 Anniversario. Yeah,
Ooh.
Mark, exactly. And I'm not gonna tell what happened after that, but
she got gassed out. That's what happened.
Probably hot.
I know. I felt a little gassed out just listening to you describe it. I get so green in the gills. The nicotine. I don't know so much if it's like the color of it or it is the nicotine content.
I love nicotine.
Such a wuss bag when it comes to nicotine.
What it is. I reached out to Billy last weekend because I've already started the process. I've been a cigarette smoker for years. I do enjoy having a smoke, especially when I'm drinking.
Well, it's a lot less nicotine in cigars, though. But yeah,
a lot less.
That's the thing. I'm in the process of quitting right now. I'll be tobacco free by this time next week.
Nice.
And I was talking earlier that it's one of my
so
habits.
Let's get you on cigars.
Well, no, that's the thing with the cigars. It's a different thing, but it's still the smoke with the drink.
Correct. And just
that's what I'm looking to do
for the 3 people out there watching us right now. So the thing with cigars is this: they put the seedlings in the ground, they grow them, and sometimes there's what's called the shade, where they will literally put like cheesecloth over top of the bushel so it doesn't get as much direct sun. They harvest the crop, they put them in what's called the drying room. They basically hang them up on a bamboo skewer, hang them up from the rafters, and just let them dry naturally. After that, they go into an aging room where they're literally stacked on top of each other, kept at a certain temperature. And this whole process could be 2 to 3 years before they even get rolled. Yep. And once they get rolled and they get pressed and they get put into bundles, they then go back into another aging room. So really a high-end cigar that may cost you $20, $25, when you get your hands on it, that cigar could be close to 6 to 7 years old by the time you get to it. So again, we like bourbon, we like stuff that's aged well and whatnot. And if you keep a cigar properly humidified, I have cigars that are at least 10 years old right now, minimum. And they're actually older than that because they have some sentimental value to me. But I mean, you can take them out and smoke them and you wouldn't realize it. I had the distinct pleasure of getting some cigars from Mark that was wrapped in cellophane. And when you pull the cigar out the cellophane, you could see the cellophane is like this yellow tinge to it.
It's yellow
because it's been aged
that long.
Yeah. So, I never send my guys any like younger cigars. It's like bourbon. I send them stuff that's.
So Gino, I
season into it. Yeah.
It will give you that satisfaction that you're used to.
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't want to say any less harmful, but the thing about cigar smoke is you take it in, you hold it in your mouth for a few seconds, and then you blow it out. As with cigarette smoke, you have a tendency to inhale 60, all the way down 70%.
And that's the thing too. With cigarettes, they're in. I can go through a pack of cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Easy. I mean, I always blamed it on my job. My job is a stress factory. Yeah. I've cut back way back from what it used to be. And now I'm down to about a half pack, 3/4 of a pack a day.
Okay.
But, it's time. At my age, I've done it for long enough. And I'm still just looking for that little bit of satisfaction, like in the evening when I'm done with work, when I'm home, dinner's done. It's just the quiet time of the evening to chill out.
And there's nothing perfect.
I'm sitting there
more perfect than that.
With my glass.
There you go.
I would like to have a little bit of smoke still.
Yeah, and
But,
I'll even tell you this, Gino. For me, for a long time, I didn't smoke cigars with anybody, but now me and the wife, we rarely even have a cigar without each other. So
Mhm.
it's a moment for us
Nice.
to kind of sit back,
Yeah.
relax, have a drink with it after dinner.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, my wife, bless her
it's
heart, she doesn't smoke. I
okay.
go outside, even in the middle of winter. I go outside to smoke. I never smoke inside of anywhere.
And I will tell you this: not the most important thing, but a cigar habit is cheaper than a cigarette habit
Don't have to tell me that. Shit.
across the board.
yeah, yeah,
Across
it
the
is.
board.
I could see that.
Dude, I bought my last carton, and it will be my last carton last week. Yeah, week before last.
And
And it was $93 in change.
no,
Jeez.
what? Wait,
Yeah, buddy.
wait. Did you say $93?
$93 in
Carton of
change.
cigarettes.
Virginia. Oh my God!
One carton. Yeah, buddy.
You know what?
Look now. Look.
Damn.
I just realized something about Gino, and I seen this. I heard this sound clip on TikTok. People see me buying shit and they think I'm rich. Bitch, I'm irresponsible.
It's a habit that's gone on way too long, and it's too expensive. Because I think what kind of bourbon I could buy that I'm laying out $93 every 2 weeks.
Listen, let me tell you this.
Well,
You can have one cigar a day and be good. You can have two on the weekends and be super.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a bundle of a nice cigar for like 60, 70 bucks.
Yeah, my problem is finding them in this neighborhood.
Okay, but even here's the beautiful thing about it.
But I'm on the look.
The fact that you're a bourbon guy, I guarantee you 90 to 95% of the people you know are cigar smokers.
Yep.
You got me, you got Rob, and you got Mark.
Mm.
I'm sure we could take a little bundle from all our collections and send it to you, and you'd have enough cigars for a month.
oh,
No
easy.
doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things along that same line. And we can educate you and teach you about certain cigars, even as far as what you smoke, what time of year, how strong something is. And the beautiful thing is that community is very similar to the bourbon community.
Yeah.
You have cigars that are $30 a stick. It's a treat me anniversary type deal, but you can get a nice Padron 3000, I think, for like $6. La Roma de Cuba, $6-7 a stick. And these are sticks that will last you 30 to 45 minutes. So it's perfect. Even if you're working, but you can use your headset or something and you're outside, you can have your cigar. Me and the wife don't smoke in the house because, you might have company over. And it's not something that you want to smoke all the time.
No.
But I tell you, I promise you, if you walked out of my house and into the garage, you'd be like, oh, yeah, they're cigar smokers.
My smoking occurs on the front porch. And,
there you go.
My wife doesn't smoke. My children, same way.
Okay.
Never smoked
Good.
around them. Never smoked inside. None of that stuff. It's always been out.
Hey, and I will say this, man. I'm proud of you for, kicking the cigarette habit. They say sometimes could be harder than a drug habit.
It
Because
is
of
like
the-
Well, I mean, it is a drug.
It is like a drug habit.
Yeah,
In all truthfulness,
Everything we're doing is drugs. I mean,
yeah.
we don't call it drugs. 'cause
it's
not,
not only the
like
price,
heroin or some shit.
it's time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good though. That's awesome.
I feel myself. I've quit many times in the past.
Okay.
One time I quit for 8 years.
Wow.
Wow.
But
nice.
no, it's time. It's time to move on from that.
Yeah.
Got it. Gotcha. All right, listen, man. We're
Yeah,
here to support you. Me and Mark and Rob will
And
put together a
like,
little.
like I said, I mean, every 2 weeks, 90 some odd bucks. Just think of the bourbon I could purchase.
Oh,
Well, that was
Damn.
so.
and I don't want to tell them myself, but I remember working at Publix as a bag boy, and the cashier would send me to customer service to get a carton of cigarettes. And back then, cartons of cigarettes was like $30. I don't know why I was under the impression that it was still like that.
That still sounds like too much for cigarettes.
There is so much tax on that. It's
don't-
unbelievable.
Bro, when you said $93, I was like,
93
shit
bucks.
me. I wouldn't be
It's
smoking.
nothing that fancy. I mean, it's Camel Lights, you know?
Wow. But listen, back in the day, they made cigarette
That's
smoking
weird.
cool. Well, who was it? Joe Camel?
Marlboro Man.
Yeah. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. They even made a movie.
Yeah.
So they made it cool. And if I'm not mistaken, the Marlboro Man was always either on a horse or in a Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
Breckenridge.
Like we got John Baker.
okay.
Cool.
Here's
here we
all
go.
mixing Breckenridge bourbon and the new Simply 7-Up. I don't know what the Simply indicates.
I have no
So
idea
what
what that
the cat's dragged in. I guess he was referring to himself. I don't know. But,
He's a cat. FC cat.
because switching to vape pens. My girlfriend smokes almost a pack a day. Yeah.
Who's white guy?
Wait, I think he means Gino. I mean, I'm also white. I mean, he can't be talking about me,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've tried to vape
He's got to be
pens.
talking about that
They
guy
don't
down there.
Hey, Dave, I'm only 23%, so I don't know. I'm 23%.
Yeah.
Shoot, I
I'm
can't
21%
change my-
Arab, so
I'll have to do that for next week. I'll put Gino
That's
the
what we'll
white
say.
guy.
Oh, you're Arab.
Gino, aka the white guy.
Yeah.
There we go.
But no, I've tried the vaping thing. It's not my thing.
I've heard that shit can be real damaging, like real fast.
Oh, dude, there's so many
Well,
chemicals.
they don't
in
really know what it
Oh,
does. They don't really know.
It's not.
like,
The thing
what
about it is,
could
most of
do
the
to
stuff
you.
that you vape isn't regulated, and so
Well, hold on.
that's
Hold
scary
on, hold
in and of itself.
Did you hear last week what came out about vaping?
What?
They're spreading herpes.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oof.
That shit's
Like
for
that?
life.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
I remember the '80s well,
Bring
man.
on a
That's when,
syphilitis.
Jesus,
didn't
the
have
show
all
just
these-
got dark. And I don't mean me and Mark. Jesus Christ.
Shit. I almost lost my fucking headset.
I don't
The
vape.
fuck?
No. Fuck vape. I don't vape.
Nope.
But yeah, it was a whole big report last week about vaping. Apparently, people don't clean. I don't know. They share.
Don't bogart that herp.
Yeah, it's
I don't
there and
share
pass it
cigars,
on.
and I don't smoke weed. I don't share shit. No, I'm stingy.
No.
Get your own fucking cigar. No.
Yeah, you know, if you stop by, you're drinking out of your own glass.
Yeah, and I wash well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No herpes for me. I have no STDs. I don't want any.
No.
There you go.
Right.
My blood work is good.
But yeah, Gino,
Knock on wood,
you'll
right?
definitely enjoy it, and yeah, it'll be fun. Also, it's a little bit more work, but you might enjoy a pipe. You look like Ernest Hemingway anyway.
I've done the pipe thing. I don't get the same satisfaction from a pipe.
Okay, all right,
Ooh, strand of hands.
here we go.
What does that say? Oh, yeah, that's right. You were up there for that one, weren't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember that. I remember when you took pictures of that.
Signed.
That's
You know,
what- yeah.
My local Total Wines always has Stranahan, the
Not this
blue
one.
and the yellow label. Always have it.
Yeah, cool.
Last show, guys.
For sure.
It's been a great run.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't
Sure.
It wasn't me this time. Not yet. I'm a
Ooh,
drink.
boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
And this is your friend, right?
Never mind. I'm circumcised. But never mind. Never come. No anteaters here. I'm sorry. Never mind.
He says, man, he's blowing up the chat. All right. It says,
Yeah, yeah.
Mark ended up getting both snowflakes.
My guy.
There you go.
But did he drink it?
And two. Yeah, did you get them or did you collect them? I had to.
I will say
Boy,
one of the
boy.
one of the fringe benefits about the medication I'm taking to get off the cigarettes, it does tell you that alcohol is more potent.
Ooh.
So I'm enjoying that little fringe benefit.
Uh-oh, I got a comment.
Nerves have been struck.
Dun dun dun.
Shit about to get lively in here.
Oh, listen, I got some, but see, I'm trying not to get a zucked, but I could really just.
Well, I'm staying in trouble.
With love.
With
love.
Yeah, he had to come back and make that
Like
correction.
no interest
With
in smoking,
love.
but yeah, David, I'm the same way.
I agree with you, David.
Like
but
it, I've tried it before, and I'm like,
I agree with you, David. I love the smell of pipe tobacco.
Yes,
but it just doesn't bring the same satisfaction.
Hey, Gino. So, real quick, I know you just said you love the smell of pipe. I'm from DC.
I ain't hearing.
I'm old enough to remember Marion Barry.
Yeah.
Oh,
years ago.
I'm old enough to.
I didn't make that connection. I'm sorry.
Hey, but listen,
like talk radio in the morning.
But listen, you gotta respect this gangster. He came back after that. Even after that, he came back.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He sure did.
Idiots reelected him again.
Oh, John.
And again and again.
That's a group decision, sir.
He's drunk already. Like my me. He's already drunk. See?
I've been drinking.
I've been drinking. He's been drinking. I'm sorry.
Christ, this show.
This football season. Shit.
Flowers in the mini glass face. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh man.
Well, I was in the attic.
So
that must be guys, southeast, right?
let me give everybody a.
Yeah, it's true. Not anymore. Yeah.
Hey,
let me give everybody an update on the bourbon barbecue situation.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's coming together.
Nice.
Boxes will be going out this month for sure. It takes a lot to put these things together, especially the first year, because I had to kind of figure out how everything going. And as crazy as it sounds, I am already working on next year's version, which will be in this bottle.
Nice.
Something kind of different.
Number 33.
It looks like the company, the bottle.
It was inspired by
Remus. Okay.
The Remus bottle.
Okay.
So that's where I picked it from.
That's another one I need to pick up. Remus.
And here's the crazy thing. So it comes with this synthetic cork, right? I was like, okay, cool. I said, you know what? Let me see something. And look at that. It fits perfectly. It really does. But I was like, I'm not, I don't even want to think about what all those corks will cost me just to do that.
I hear you, Dave. I was working in Northern Virginia during the Marion Barry era.
I was in the Navy, but technically I lived that in as well. But yeah,
that's crazy. It really is a small world because I grew up in Arlington.
No,
I'm from Pittsburgh originally.
It was during that area, in the industry that I work in. Yeah, we were outside the Beltway. We did not travel inside the Beltway after dark. It was that scary back in that day.
I mean,
murder capital of the world, man.
Yeah, I mean, because the hood is like 1 block away from the White House.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. Mark's like 3.
Literally, it was 3.
Well, you gotta remember that was George Bush telling you that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It was between
I'll
1
tell
and
you
3.
A story on the after show.
It was either 1 or 3, depending on how fast you ran.
That's true.
No, I don't run fast. Look at me. I don't run fast.
Pittsburgh grew up in Bethesda. Okay. Yeah, I used to work in Rockville.
No fun either.
I won't hold it against you.
Your ice balls. Okay. Got the clear ice balls.
Vacuum sealed.
Jangalang. All right. DC Eagles death capital. Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah. Don't overdo it in the city now.
Somebody take that guy's computer, please.
Well, it's just, I think it's just a reflection of the kind of people Dave hangs out with, It's
me. Well, hang on. I put up with a lot of insults on this show. But I gotta draw a line somewhere, all right, damn it.
I don't know what to do with that shit.
Enough is enough, he said.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's fucking hilarious.
I got Jack Frost.
Mm.
Crazy ass bastard. My God.
I'm about over this damn gin though. I'm still drinking it. It's like,
hey David, I have one bottle of gin.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, me too. This is it. And this could last me the rest of my life.
Unless you're into martinis, dude. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
what other purpose
no.
does it serve? I don't know.
I've never been into martinis. Never.
Dirty martinis are best.
Well, that's my dad's thing, man. My dad used to love. He loved martinis until I let him taste some bourbon.
There you go.
Dirty martini's good with the olive juice in it, man. It's just.
What about the Dirty Rabbit juice?
Martinis.
Oh, I'm sorry, martinis. I'm sorry.
I don't
No
think
rabbits.
that's olive juice.
No dirty rabbits.
In my ears a little. I'm sorry.
I had one bottle of Bombay Sapphire gin, and I actually gave it away.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not a gin guy.
Like for no martinis.
Oh my.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know between. I mean, I can deal with Scotch, bourbons, ryes, but I've never been a martini guy.
Hold
Never
on,
been
Billy.
a martini guy.
Hey, Gino.
Yes.
One bourbon, one
scotch, and one beer.
One beer. Hey,
George, that's another story I got to tell you.
Man, I saw that picture you put
You're
up.
not going to believe
George
it.
last night. Hey, Billy, I don't know if you're familiar with George
Thurgood.
That old fucker was rocking last night, man.
Really?
You know what kills me? I almost cracked a joke on it because I just kept thinking about who do you love?
By the way, you know that.
And the lyrics, I'm just 22 and don't mind dying. Like,
yeah.
He didn't mind, but he also didn't die clearly because he's old as fuck.
Oh, hey, David. Hold up, David. Why was George's tongue out all night? I'm like, dude, you're 74. Tongue up.
It's nerve damage or something. I don't know. Like he couldn't keep it in.
He cannot keep it.
I have to. In the after show, I'm going to have to tell you a couple stories, and one's going to involve George.
Oh,
right.
It was a hell of a show. Hell of a show last night. Man.
Yeah, I would like to see him.
That was one of my buddies here.
That just ticks me off about the sound was so shitty for Sammy's show, man, because he does put on a great show.
I'm a musician, so it was like, dude, it was killing me. Yeah, when your buddy says, "Hey, you want to go see?" So he sends me a text. He says, "You want to see Sammy and George?" I'm like, "Sure." I don't know who the fuck he's talking about, but it's music. I'm good. So it takes me a week to figure out who we're talking about. Oh, Sammy Hagar, George. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, I'm good with that.
Let me pack my shit.
I feel it's like if
yes. Toasting the Queen with some gin.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause really quick. So I had a question.
Back.
My question. I'm going to ask it here.
Okay.
Since the Queen has died and there's now King Charles, is she going to stop? Are they going to stop fucking taxing and tariffing all of the damn colonies that are left?
No.
Come back.
No, not at all.
I'm going back to George Thorogood. So yeah,
I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to ask that, but if you saw my post, that's what it's about. I probably shouldn't have because I'm already in trouble with Facebook. I can't get out of trouble.
Dude,
listen, bro.
How you the FedEx lady got hired at at Facebook? She is on your ass. She's like,
dude, did you get out of Facebook jail and go back into Facebook jail?
No,
the same amount is restricted.
I thought I was clear, right? But what apparently it's the same shit. But it's like every third or fourth time I log in, I get a warning.
Yep.
So
yes, Ken,
hey,
we don't do politics on this show, but
okay.
But facts.
I was good. And I could post and I could do shit, and then I come out of Facebook and then I log back in, and it says only you can see this. I'm like, God damn it! And then I log out and I'm good again for 2 days, and it comes back only you can see this. And this time it says 25 more days.
Yep.
A month? Damn.
Yep, you got a 30-day ban, brother.
Yeah, I'm like fucking on probation.
Crazy. That's why I got to be careful anymore because I do this show. I have to be able to post it. It's never been for any. It's always like there's a rule about like inciting violence or something like that. And I'll make a joke about like an inanimate object, and they'll be like, "Ooh, you're inciting violence." I was like, I was talking about. I think the last 7-day I caught was like I was talking about like punching like this creepy looking doll. I was like I would straight up punch that doll, and I caught a 7-day. I was like, it's a doll. I'm not inciting violence towards any living thing or property or whatever.
But it's some kind of algorithm.
It just it doesn't.
But it's punching and doll.
This past weekend, I received a
work release. No, not the work
release. That's the comment of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hey, Lynn, shout out to the Air Force. It's the Air Force's birthday. Shout out to the Air Force.
Oh, cool beans, man. Drink to the Air Force.
Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Well, shit, yeah, man. They're in planes.
When did White Mark get here?
Go Navy, damn it. But no, shout out to the Air Force. Now, again, I served. I can say that. Don't you fucking try it if you never served. We'll whoop your ass together.
Hey.
Love.
Nothing but respect.
That's my guy. But yeah.
No comment.
Nothing but respect. But I tell you what, the Air Force does run a much better triple option than the Navy does.
Oh, everybody does. So hold on, hey Dave. I don't know if I ever explained it to you guys, right? So two things. First, I posted a little video meme last week talking about the different services. So, but here's how I always explain it. So the Army, right? If you tell the Army to be somewhere at 0800, 8 o'clock, they'll be there. No questions asked. They will be there. Matter of fact, they'll be there at 7:45. Now, if you tell the Air Force to be there at 8 o'clock, they will be there at 8 o'clock, but they're going to have a clipboard. The clipboard, they want to know what's the plan. They want to know the exact time frame. They want the schedule. They're like IBM. They're a Fortune 1000 company. Now the Navy, here's the Navy. If you tell the Navy to be there at 0800, the Navy's going to come back and say, well, hold on, man. So look, I got to get gas, right? I got to drop the kids off. I got to go to Starbucks to get my coffee. So can I get there about 8:05, 8:06? That's the Navy. If you
that does sound like Joey, if I'm being honest.
I was Navy, I can say this shit.
I had to throw some kind of shade while he's not here.
The Navy's barter system. You got to cut a deal with us, like
make it worth my time.
Can I get off at 2:30? Because I got to pick the kids up. I got to get coffee, and I got to go to 7-Eleven to get my Slurpee afterward. Yes, they do.
Details in the why. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Guys.
It's been fun.
Anybody who served, man.
Always fun.
Respect.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck the Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's true.
Too bad Chris Martin's not around. He could get better out of shape for it.
But here's what's crazy about the Cowboys, though.
They suck.
No, that's not crazy. That's normal.
Every year.
How about the Dallas Cowboys is worth something? What did he say? $8 billion?
We used to be
marketing.
We used to be.
How is it America's sorriest team is worth $8 billion?
Marketing.
Yeah.
I need to hire the cocksucker who did the marketing for the Dallas Cowboys.
It's all about the marketing, man.
Cafe 305 will be worth $8 billion.
It's like the phrase "America's team."
Yeah.
And you guys know why the Cowboys are called America's team, right?
No, tell us.
Because the
he said his
Steelers
Cowboys
turned that down.
We suck too. Look,
my Cowboys are second more than
I'm not saying we don't suck because we suck like I'm honest.
No, it was originally that moniker was originally offered to Art Rooney Sr. Back in the heyday of the Steelers, and he turned it down and said, "We don't need that moniker. We are the Pittsburgh Steelers."
And from what I remember, I saw an interview with Jerry Jones. He paid something like $112 million for the team at the time when he purchased it.
That's a hell of an investment.
Yeah, they were going bankrupt.
Yeah, I mean, and Jerry Jones was a oil guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Somebody had put up a meme about Dallas. Somebody was like, "Why wait?" And it was saying that week 17 Dallas Cowboys have been eliminated.
No, week 1.
Like week 1, yeah. So you saw it, yeah.
That was probably my post.
Yeah. Walmart owns the Broncos.
So does Condoleezza Rice and
she's in it now.
a couple of other people.
Oh yeah, Connie Rice. Man,
There you go.
damn.
I'm curious.
I wish they would have made her commissioner. Man.
She's got buck teeth. Never mind. I'm sorry. Wrong time. I'm sorry.
No. Connie Rice, nice lady.
You went right there.
But you know what? The thing about Condoleezza Rice,
I can overlook that, man.
She's like 4 foot nothing.
It doesn't matter to me.
No.
Jerry wants money more than a.
Was that a dog barking?
That's Molly outside.
Molly agrees.
She wants in. I gotta ignore her ass.
Molly
I'm working on getting insulation for this room, so it's not. Yeah, you can't talk about Cowboys around here.
Molly was like, "Fuck them Cowboys."
It's not just want to get a championship. The two of them, they should go burn together.
There you go.
God.
Guys, it's been we're at the hour here, a little bit past.
Okay.
So I'm gonna end the live show. And for those of you in the VIP, please come participate. If you want to be part of that, let us know, shoot us a message. We're gonna continue on here a little bit in the after show because we're not done drinking. We're gonna say things that would get us fired if we said it publicly. So we're gonna do that now. Please like and subscribe, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when we come on, so you know what's up. Shout out Cafe 305. Got a friend signed up. One of these guys that likes to heckle me all the time in the chat. But I turned him on to the sauce because, and it was literally the slogan "You want it in and around your mouth" is what got him. I said, "This is how he sells it." He says, "You want it in and around your mouth." He's like, "Okay, I need to try that." I was like, "Yes, you do." And he did. So, all right.
If you guys haven't tried Cafe 305, man, and you're watching, you're missing out.
Yeah. What's that website, Billy? What's the website?
Cafe305bbq.com.
bbq.com. That's it.
Not BBC, but BBQ.
All right.
Yes.
You guys take it easy, and we'll see you next time.
Later.